Oh, we left at 10:26. I'll shoot for the same thing as yesterday. 6 miles, 65 pounds. Shoot for around 10-minute miles. I'd like to be back at 11:30. Today's my youngest son's 19th birthday. We got an hour drive up to his place, his college, to see him. So just enough time to get home, shower, and spend the day with the family. Minus one, the youngest, grandbaby. He's not home today. He won't be home till Wednesday, so it's gonna feel kind of short without him, but a good day anyway. Gonna eat at some sub place I've never eaten at before. Not a big fan of sub bread. It's pretty much all sugar, but whatever. I'll try not to be too obnoxious about it. It is the boy's birthday, and he's one. He'll cross-eye me if I say something. He's just that way, which I love about him. But yeah, I get too on that. He'll just kind of give me a look like, shut up. He's a smart boy. 19 years old today. That's real hard to believe and makes me feel real old. Beautiful, beautiful morning. And that Iowa corn's coming down. It's ready, and all over the place. The beans and the corn are coming down. Had a couple eagles out here on the river. This is right on a river, if you can't tell. I got a couple eagles that I love to see out here. I've never seen them before this year, but they seem to have taken up here this year. They're here year round too. Well, they have been. I can remember, big snowstorm we got first week of January this year. I was out here we had like a foot and a half of snow on this trail. I remember trudging through it, Rucking, and I remember seeing that bird up in the sky, thinking, "You're nuts flying around in that stuff." Yeah. And he flew around until it got real thick, and once it got thick, he disappeared. Yeah, pretty easy run today. A pretty easy run today. I gotta get it done in an hour though. Kind of pushing myself. It was a pretty lackadaisical workout I just did. I need to just do time burpees for a while. I missed that. And then I don't like just doing push work, basically. I guess I know it works your legs and their core and everything too, but I don't know. It is definitely the best exercise, I agree. Just burpees, I did that for a solid year. It was wonderful. But then I'd go to do 10 squats and my legs would get tired. And I'd be like, well, that's not good. I added squats to the workout. I kind of never looked back after that. I took them back out for a short period of time, and like my whole backside disappeared, and I could just tell my legs got weaker. So then I re-added them, but I've been doing pretty much 1,000 squats a day for a steady year and a half now. My goal every day is the bare minimum is 1,000 push-ups and 1,000 squats. And I try to get about 500 of pull work in between chin-ups and pull-ups and rows, and I'd like to do 1,000, 1,000, and 1,000, but I don't know. I found pull work you can just, for me anyway, I can walk by a pull-up bar and knock out 5 quick pull-ups here and there easier than I can drop and do burpees, especially if you're outside. You're gonna get all dirty. And if you're doing squats outside, people look at you funny. And if you just do pull-ups outside, people just look at you like you're another douche, which is whatever. Caterpillar. I don't see my birds yet. Grasshoppers. Anyone starting out with rucking, not that I'm any expert, because I am by far an expert, but I should probably do a little less weight than 65 pounds too. That's what I started with, so that's what I stayed with. And it's not an ego thing, it's what I'm used to. I tried the 20-pound vest, just that, and that just didn't do anything for me. So I tried and I guess it was ego right away at first, and then I just got used to it. And I just stick with it. I'd like to go up to like 12 miles eventually. We'll see how the progression goes. I'm not pushing anything too hard. I got a full plate as is. My workload is 12 miles a day is heavy. It's fine. That's pretty good. If I get 12 miles in between 6 heavy and 6 fast, I'm pretty good with that. So I guess 6 miles in heavy and 6 miles in just at a brisk pace. I'm pretty cool with that. And get my resistance in too. So I run off everything that run off all the process or progress I make with my resistance training. And I'm just a psycho like that, I suppose. Build it all up in the morning just to run it all off in the afternoon. Whatever. Can move like a machine though, so that's what matters, right? You just have her in the morning. You'd think being in oh boy, yeah. You can tell you're old in the morning, I know that. Jog this. Oh yeah, I started that thought and didn't finish it. Anyway, for anyone newer to rucking, you want to progress. For me, I've learned if you want to jog, yeah, jogging the uphill parts is wonderful. Just when you start jogging the downhill parts first. It's a good way to get used to it, especially if you're going heavier weight. Lighter weight don't really matter, but if you're doing 50 pounds plus, I would start downhill jogs. But whatever. To each their own though, so I ain't no expert, what do I know? It worked best for me. But then again, I ain't fancy. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. Tired, yeah. I try to keep it pretty good. My weakness is peanut butter. I gotta lay off the peanut butter. It's real calorie dense and it'll get you quick. A little bit's good. A little bit's never been my way. All right, we're gonna jog here. I got a section I like to jog. It keeps it right at about an hour. So we're gonna jog here in a minute. I like to go from pole to pole here. See how the lungs are holding up. I just literally finished a workout. I don't know how gassed I'm gonna be. It was only an hour and 10 minutes. How gassed I am. Push through it, right? So I go from this yellow pole to that white sign down there. It's about, I don't know how far it is. Far enough to make me tired. That's what matters. Alright, here's the fun part. Here we go. All right. Yes, sir. I touched the flu or something. Go to bed, you can't breathe. can't quite get the lungs to clear out all the way. I smoked for 26 years. I quit. Oh, what is this? Okay, oh, 8 months. I haven't smoked in 8 months. Smoked for 26 years every day. I quit cold turkey. I got tired of it. And I tried quitting one day. And I failed. And the next day, I was like, I'm so disciplined in everything else I do. Why am I gonna let this be something I can't do? I said, all I'm trying to do the day before was go 2 hours between cigarettes. And I was at home then, so you can smoke whenever you want. So it's hard. And I failed the day before, and I said, if I'm that disciplined in everything else I do, why am I not disciplined in this? So I just had a cigarette at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I said, okay, 1 hour. You can't smoke for an hour. And then I made it to that hour, and I said, I'm gonna go 1 more hour. And I did that on the hour, every hour, and then I knew I had to make it till bedtime. So I worked out like a maniac to get myself good and tired. To get myself real good and tired, and just begging for bed. And I did that. And I fell asleep, and I woke up and worked out, and lo and behold, I looked at the clock, and it was like 7 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, whoa, been like an hour or so. It's been a whole day since I had a cigarette. And that kind of motivated me. It didn't make it easier that day. First couple days was definitely the roughest. But I'll tell you what though, you quit smoking. The one thing they don't tell you about quitting smoking is, yeah, you get all the health benefits, yes, but nicotine does focus you. Like, that's the one thing I noticed. Like, I would be dialed in my workouts. Dialed in. Just laser focused. And I noticed when I quit smoking, and since I've quit smoking, and I got so used to that nicotine for so long, that my focus is definitely down. I've been half tempted to try something else, like one of those smokeless tobacco things or whatever, but just for the focus that nicotine brings. But I'm not going to do that to myself. I know if I start that, then that's just another mountain I'm going to have to climb. I got enough mountains to climb. That's what they don't tell you about quitting smoking. That's the one big drawback to it. All positives except for that. And your focus is going to go down. Learn how to redirect your focus. This thing's still recording. I didn't shut it off this day. I still gotta do that last video. I hope this thing doesn't run out of record time. My other one's got a lot more on it. It's got like infinite, I don't know. Just upgraded to where it's got like a bunch or whatever. I don't know how all that fancy stuff works. That's above me. I know, fancy like that. I have figured out how to press record and press stop. And I figured out how to turn the screen backwards and forwards so you can point it where you're going. So I got that figured out. So we'll just keep going from there, right? Figured out how to press the thing on my YouTube thing to upload videos too, I guess. But all that, how you write and stuff on your videos, and people got all that fancy clips and all them things. I just way above me, kid. Way fancy like that, I suppose. That's one, by the way. 2 miles down, 4 to go. Oh, another tip for anyone that wants to pick up rucking. Not that anyone watches my stuff, but I'll just talk to myself because it makes me go faster. Anyway, shoulders. Don't be ashamed to use shoulder pads. If you're going heavyweight, they're gonna hurt on your shoulders. And get a vest that's tight, especially if you're gonna do. It's all right as long as you're not. If you're not gonna jog and you're just gonna walk, you're all right. But if you're planning on jogging, you got a loose vest, especially a heavy vest. It's gonna bust you up, kid. Especially if you get good and start going fast. That 40-pound vest, you're 40 pounds busting you in the gut while you're running. Just slow you down a bit. Alright, we are moving. Beautiful day. Still don't see the birds out. Pretty quiet. Not the big ones anyway. Yeah, I think I thought I'd quit smoking and be able to breathe so much better and everything. And, I smoked a lot. I wasn't one of those guys that had a cigarette here and there. I was smoking at least 2 to 3 packs a day. I smoked at least probably 3 packs a day. For a good solid at least 15 years out of that 26. I mean, yeah. There was a couple of years there where I smoked them cigar things. Those are rough. They're cheap though. If you can't afford cigarettes, trying to go the cheap route, roll your own first off. But those cigarettes, those are another cheap way to go. I don't know if they're cheap anymore. Oh shoot, wow, I'm old. That was 2010. That's been 15 years ago, almost 16 years ago. I'm guessing they're probably not cheap no more. Where do the years go, right? Act like it was yesterday. That's been 15, that's been 15 ago. Yeah, 15. I know where I was living. Well, I've lived in the same spot for the last 20 years. I've owned my home we've been there for, 21 years this coming up here. There was a brief patch in there for a couple of years, for about a year and a half, where we didn't live there. This house was sitting empty for about a year and a half, and I know that was that time period, so there you go. We'll do the math on it. That mathed out. It's been that long. Up the hill. About the time it starts to drag on. Alright, keep going. Get done with this next downhill part. It's the final stretch. This will be the halfway point when I get to the top of this hill. We're gonna earn that car ride rest. We're gonna earn that sitting down in the car rest. There goes the chute. Alright, time to jog. There anyway. do it. Still in the game. Whew. Yeah, I just don't see what the point of all them push-ups and squats and dips and lifting weights and all that is for if it ain't no good with anything. And it's just for how you look. That's stupid. It makes no sense at all. That's silly. Complete silliness. Maybe I'll start pulling my shirt down and show. And what? I don't know. I guess, hey, I'm just old days. I don't know. It's just, whatever, yo. To each their own. You gotta tie it all in with something. Not that I'm Mr. Functionality, but I gotta play some basketball or something. I gotta do this in between to kind of humble yourself a little bit. Yeah, I got to just doing burpees, and that's where I was doing 1,000 push-ups an hour, or every half hour. You know, I was like, okay, about 35 minutes. 35, I mean, I had listened to the book of James and then half of Philippians, and that's 22 minutes and 14 minutes. and I wouldn't get all the way through the second book, and I'd have 1,000 done. I mean, whatever. Back then I was pacing myself at the sections of James. Every section, I was trying to do 200 push-ups for 1 through 5. Get me to around 800. I always get real close, probably like 750. I think I was doing 4 pumps a lot then. I can go a lot faster on the 4 pumps, but I found that 5 pumps really, the difference in your chest between 4 and 5 pumps, I really found is, for me anyway, maybe it's just, I'm sure it's my genetics, but the difference in the chest between 4 and 5 pumps is quite a bit. I think about going back down to 4 pumps quite a bit. I got this thing stuck in my head where I gotta do 1,000. And at 5 pumps, that's 4 sets of 250. I don't want to go back up to doing 5 sets of 200. I don't know why. I know that's weird, but it is what it is. 4 miles down. Pretty quiet day on the river today. Not a lot of excitement. It's real quiet. Beautiful though. Weather's beautiful. Not too cool, not too warm. Like, I say probably about 70 degrees, 65, 70 degrees. I don't know how warm it is. I'm wearing shorts, a tank top, and I'm also carrying 65 pounds, I suppose, on my back, but whatever. You know, I know out here I'm gonna sound like an old man for a second. I know no one listens to this. No one watches my stuff anyway, I don't care. I sound like an old man for a second. You go, everywhere you go, you only own a home, man, if that sidewalk gets a chip in it, the city get on you. Fix it now. This ain't a knock at the city or anything like that. This is anywhere, any town. This is everywhere. You know, you just look at the sidewalks and you're supposed to maintain them for good reason. Absolutely, good reason. I mean, they're there for a good reason. They're empty. That's my thing. They're all empty. Everywhere you go, it's empty. No one chooses to walk. No one. There's a big old spider, big old wolf spider. Empty sidewalks everywhere you go. People need to go 3 blocks. They choose to drive instead of walk. I get it. I mean, I do the same thing too. I'm guilty of the same thing. But I don't know. Just empty sidewalks kind of depress me, I guess. Sometimes. I don't know if that's me feeling myself or I was just thinking too much or what. But maybe it's the fact that I've been on this path here and today and yesterday, and I ain't seen one person. But, you know, whatever. I get it. guess that's a good thing though. See my goofball is running around here. There's another one. Big old spider down there. Yep, I'm right at my shoe. There are wolf spiders all over the place. Two of them anyway. I don't know if that constitutes all over the place, but to me today it does. The corn's turned and the leaves they're right there. They're just starting. Give it another 2, 3, 4, give it another 3 weeks and it's gonna be real pretty. If that long. Listen to me, I'm a botanist. Or whatever, I think that's right. Right? Botany, that's plants, right? That's plants. Botany's plants. Aviaries, birds. Yeah. I could go through the list, but I'm done. Won't be long and there'll be snow. In the morning this morning. I woke up, but I was dog tired. And that's no excuse, but I don't know. I knew I had the morning, I knew I could go back to sleep instead of I need to quit doing that. It's Sunday and I was halfway thinking about taking a rest day. Every single time I think I'm going to take a rest day, my little voice in the back of your head creeps up and says, "What are you doing?" What are you doing? Sitting on your butt. Alright, time to jog. Oh, here we go. There it is. All right, finish strong. Finish strong. Double time it. This will kill you. This will get you right here. Get that last jogging part in. Now you got about a mile left. All the hard part done. Just cruising to the finish line. Start dawdling. Now you gotta push. Starting to dehydrate. And I feel it in my hamstrings. I can feel the hamstrings drying out. There's enough there to get it back home. We only need a little bit hydration. Not nothing extreme. Just start to feel it a little bit. Stay on top of that. That will bite you. Oh, that bite you. Too many times I run it all out completely. You do that, fine to run it all out. But if you're wild like I am, and you're running it all out 3, 4, 5 times a day, you ran it all out, and then you like take a sip of water, and you're like 15, 20 minute, half-hour break, and you're like, all right, let's do it again. Yeah. About third, fourth time you do that, your body gets a little angry. Especially when you're doing it every day for all summer long. Your body starts to say, yo. I'm still recording. I can see myself kind of. Pretty light. Be careful, I'm gonna shut that thing off by accident. that goal. Exactly 11:30.